In the previous episode, we heard the laments that rose from Jerusalem's ruins, the funeral poetry that gave voice to inconsolable grief. In the depths of despair, the poet found hope in the steadfast love of God that never ceases, mercies new every morning. Now we turn to another voice, a prophet who was not in Jerusalem when it fell, but in exile by the rivers of Babylon, a man who saw visions that would stretch human language to its breaking point. The year is 593 before the Common Era. 5 years have passed since the first major deportation, when Nebuchadnezzar took King Jehoiachin and 10,000 of Jerusalem's elite to Babylon. Among those exiles was a young priest named Ezekiel. He lives now in a settlement called Tel Abib by the river Chebar, one of the canals that branch from the Euphrates. The exiles have been allowed to build houses, plant gardens, settle into their captivity. But Ezekiel cannot settle. He is a priest without a temple. His entire identity, his training, his calling, everything was oriented toward service in the house of God. And now the house of God is far away, and getting farther, or so it seems. In the 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I was among the exiles by the river Chebar, the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. The heavens open. Not in Jerusalem, not in the temple, in Babylon, in exile, in the place of abandonment and shame. God can be found even here. What Ezekiel sees defies easy description. The language strains and stretches. The prophet reaches for simile after simile, trying to capture what cannot be captured. I looked, and behold, a stormy wind came out of the north, and a great cloud, with brightness around it, and fire flashing forth continually, and in the midst of the fire, as it were gleaming metal. The vision comes from the north, the direction from which judgment came. But this is not Babylon, this is something else entirely. And from the midst of it came the likeness of 4 living creatures. These beings are unlike anything Ezekiel has seen. They are not quite animals, not quite humans, not quite anything that fits known categories. And this was their appearance. They had a human likeness, but each had 4 faces, and each of them had 4 wings. 4 faces, 4 wings, the number 4 suggesting completeness, the 4 directions, the 4 corners of creation. Their legs were straight, and the soles of their feet were like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like burnished bronze. Metal legs, gleaming, inhuman, yet somehow connected to the earthly. Under their wings on their 4 sides they had human hands. Hands for action, for work, but hidden beneath wings. And the 4 had their faces and their wings thus. Their wings touched one another. Each one of them went straight forward, without turning as they went. They move as a unit, without needing to turn. They face all directions simultaneously. As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The 4 had the face of a lion on the right side, the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side, and the 4 had the face of an eagle. 4 faces on each creature: human, lion, ox, eagle, the king of creation, the king of wild beasts, the king of domestic animals, the king of birds, all royalty, all power, all facing outward in every direction. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches moving to and fro among the living creatures. And the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. Fire and lightning. The creatures are not merely alive, they burn with divine energy. And the living creatures darted to and fro, like the appearance of a flash of lightning. Speed beyond comprehension, movement faster than the eye can follow. And then Ezekiel sees something even stranger. Now as I looked at the living creatures, I saw a wheel on the earth beside the living creatures, one for each of them. Wheels on the ground beside each creature. As for the appearance of the wheels and their construction, their appearance was like the gleaming of beryl. Beryl, a precious stone, pale and luminous. And the four had the same likeness, their appearance and construction being as it were a wheel within a wheel. Wheels within wheels, intersecting circles, gyroscopes of light. The image suggests complexity beyond understanding, mechanisms within mechanisms. When they went in any of their four directions without turning as they went. The wheels can move in any direction without rotating to face that direction. Omnidirectional movement, no limitation. And their rims were tall and awesome, and the rims of all four were full of eyes all around. Eyes covering the wheels, sight in every direction. Nothing escapes their gaze. Wherever the Spirit wanted to go, they went, and the wheels rose along with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. The Spirit animates everything. Creatures and wheels share one spirit, one will, one direction. And then Ezekiel looks up. Over the heads of the living creatures, there was the likeness of an expanse, shining like awe-inspiring crystal, spread out above their heads. A platform of crystal, shimmering, terrible in its beauty. And when they went, I heard the sound of their wings like the sound of many waters, like the sound of the Almighty, a sound of tumult, like the sound of an army. The noise is overwhelming, like a waterfall, like thunder, like the roar of battle. And there came a voice from above the expanse, over their heads. Something is above the platform, above the creatures, above the wheels. And above the expanse, over their heads, there was the likeness of a throne, in appearance like sapphire. A throne, blue as sapphire, the seat of ultimate authority. And seated above the likeness of a throne was a likeness with a human appearance. On the throne sits one who looks like a human. But Ezekiel is careful. He says likeness, appearance. He is not claiming to see God directly. He is seeing something that resembles, that suggests, that points toward. And upward from what had the appearance of his waist, I saw as it were gleaming metal, like the appearance of fire enclosed all around. Like the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud on the day of rain, so was the appearance of the brightness all around. Such was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. This is what Ezekiel has seen, not God directly, but the glory of the Lord, the visible manifestation of divine presence. And the glory is not in Jerusalem. The glory is in Babylon. The glory is with the exiles. The temple may be far away, but God is not. And when I saw it, I fell on my face. The only possible response, prostration, surrender. And I heard the voice of one speaking. And he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet, and I will speak with you. Son of man, the title emphasizes Ezekiel's humanity. He is mortal, earthly, small, but he is addressed, he is called. And as he spoke to me, the Spirit entered into me and set me on my feet, and I heard him speaking to me. Ezekiel cannot stand on his own. The Spirit lifts him. Divine power enables what human power cannot accomplish. And he said to me, Son of man, I send you to the people of Israel, to nations of rebels who have rebelled against me. I send you to them, and you shall say to them, Thus says the Lord God. And whether they hear or refuse to hear, for they are a rebellious house, they will know that a prophet has been among them. Success is not measured by response. Ezekiel's job is to speak. Whether the people listen is not his responsibility. Then he gives Ezekiel something to eat. A scroll is extended toward him. And when I looked, behold, a hand was stretched out to me, and behold, a scroll of a book was in it. And he spread it before me, and it had writing on the front and on the back, and there were written on it words of lamentation, mourning, and woe. And he said to me, Son of man, eat what is before you, eat this scroll, and go, speak to the house of Israel. Ezekiel must internalize the message before he can speak it. The word must become part of him. So I opened my mouth, and he gave me this scroll to eat. He eats the scroll of lamentation, mourning, and woe. Then I ate it, and it was in my mouth as